So now that our Kilimanjaro series is done and ended with a amazing proposal on top of the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, if you haven't seen it already, links are down below. Go give it a watch, then come back to this video since we're gonna be discussing all of the, I don't know.
Wedding stuff?
I guess. We went on Instagram stories, which is where I always go to ask you guys for questions for these Q&As. So if you aren't following already on Instagram, go give it a follow. And if you aren't subscribed already, you know, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube as well. Because we got other content coming.
Eventually. So did you have an idea that I would propose at the summit, or were you completely surprised?
So I had a suspicion when we were in Africa, yes. So
after our safari at the hostel,
we were talking to these two girls who had both just finished their Kilimanjaro climb. And one of the girls on her group, they had a couple that proposed to them at the summit. So literally right before that, we're like, oh my God, it's so romantic. We're just talking about it, etc. And I was just like, that is a really romantic kind of spot. And I was like, could Matt, was like, if you don't make it to the top, what's your plan B?
That was the risk. And to answer that question, there was no real plan B. I was banking on us both making it to the top, but I understood that it's a possibility. So if we don't both make it to the top, then I would just kind of reassess the situation and figure something out after that. Mm-hmm. But I was hoping for plan A.
The top.
There were also actually a few people in our group talking about, joking about getting engaged at the top as well. So it even kept coming up, and I was getting kind of annoyed that it kept coming up and entering your mind as a possibility. And I was like, shut up, don't mention engagement. I want it to be a complete surprise. Yeah,
that's why I was like, I had a suspicion, but again, when we were on the mountain, totally surprised when we were on the mountain. When we were in the summit, I was just so in the one step, two step this to get to the summit, to make it there, and we made it there, and it was just, I wasn't even thinking about engagement at that point. I was just so happy that we
made it.
Yeah. We succeeded.
So was I.
We did talk about.
Yeah, we have talked about marriage before.
Yeah.
So it's not like I just decided to propose to her without any sort of conversation about marriage or anything. We have talked about getting married before. All right, so somewhat related to the last question, but what went through your mind when I got down on one knee?
First, oh my gosh, he actually is proposing to me on the top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
It took a second though, didn't it?
It took a second. I was like, what?
Piece it all together.
Because I was really confused at first. I thought we were getting a photo together or filming another clip. I didn't realize what was happening until he pulled out the ring and got it. I was like, oh my God. And then my second thought was, he really needs to go to the washroom. I really hope he doesn't poop his pants. It was
a genuine possibility.
Yes, yeah. I was really concerned about the washroom situation. Okay, now the number one question that all of you guys want to know is, are you having a destination wedding?
Was that the number one?
Yeah.
Is that the most popular one?
The most popular question by far. You want to answer this one?
No. We're not having a destination wedding. We're planning on having one here in Canada. Mm-hmm. Here in Kelowna, BC, where we live.
Little local wedding. I know this is me personally. I want the people I want to be there, and some people that I want to be there can't travel, can't go to those destinations.
Or at least is a lot easier for them to not have to get on a plane and fly somewhere. Yeah.
And just affordability wise, it's just a lot more affordable, and where we live is honestly number one. It's a number one wedding destination place in Canada. Pretty much.
Yeah, it's up there for sure.
It's very high up there. So we're lucky we have a beautiful area in our own backyard that we can get married in. So yeah. So are you planning a big or a small wedding?
It's a fairly small wedding as far as weddings go. I think we're around 50 to 60 guests.
Yep. Yeah. Probably be closer to 50-ish.
Probably 50. Which is considered kind of on the smaller side of weddings.
It seems like a big wedding to us. That seems like quite a bit of people. But it's more of an intimate, smaller thing.
Yeah, we didn't want to invite just anybody and everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. I was never, the big wedding is never...
Yeah. I prefer the smaller weddings as well.
You prefer elopements.
Yeah. Well.
So then when are you thinking of getting married?
Hopefully, if all things go well, plan A is to have the wedding in September.
Mm-hmm.
obviously depending on the situation with borders and COVID-19 and everything, because I have family and we have some friends coming from the US. So hopefully things will be sorted out by then. Borders will be open and we'll be able to have gatherings large enough to hold our wedding.
Yeah, right now it's not 100% because we can't legally have a wedding at the moment.
Well, we could, not the wedding we want to have.
That's true, not the wedding we want to have. It's kind of crazy to plan a wedding in the middle of a pandemic, but life is short. We would really like to have it this year. Do you plan on making a wedding video for YouTube?
We do, I guess, yeah. So we got ourselves a photographer booked already, and we booked a videographer, both local creative people who do amazing work. And we plan on having 2 videos for the wedding. One's gonna be like the longer video that's more involved and shows more people, and that'll be for our family and friends and everything. And then we're hoping to get like a smaller cut down, and we'll share that on YouTube. For you guys.
So you will be able to see it if sometime this year, if we have it with our plan A. What are our wedding colors?
Well, you pick them. Go ahead.
That's true. It was a mutual picking. So our wedding colors are going to be blue and copper and greenery. It's not really green, but it's like with greenery, because a lot of the places that we are have lots of greenery, which are like our 2 favorite colors, blue and green. Yeah. And then copper's just like cool. Honeymoon questions. There were several questions about what is our honeymoon plan.
We don't really have a plan for our honeymoon yet, do we?
No, we don't actually. I think that while we are planning to have the wedding this year, plan A, we don't plan on having the honeymoon this year or anytime soon. I think we're gonna wait a little bit for the honeymoon.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do like the traditional thing where you get married and jump on a plane the next day and go on your honeymoon or anything.
No.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out still.
Maybe you guys can help us.
Yes, if you have suggestions on where we should go for our honeymoon, leave them down in the comments.
Help us choose a honeymoon destination. Will we spend more on the wedding or the honeymoon?
Well, we don't, like we just said, we don't have a honeymoon plan yet, but I would assume we're gonna spend more on the wedding because I don't see us spending more than what we already think we're gonna spend on the wedding.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I don't think we're gonna spend nearly even close to that for the honeymoon. I don't know, honeymoon is like a tricky one because like we travel all of the time. So like we get to have little mini honeymoons all the time on our travels. And we have, and like so many of our travels, we've been with couples on their honeymoon and we get to experience the same things with them. So
will you vlog the wedding and the honeymoon or one or the other?
Well, we talked about, we will make a wedding film for you guys. It's not gonna be a vlog, it'll be like a little mini wedding film that you'll be able to see because we wanna actually like, I don't want to vlog the wedding because I want to be present in the wedding. I want to enjoy like people and I want to enjoy the moment and I don't want to worry about like
walking down the aisle with your camera in your hand, vlogging it.
Yeah, so we've hired professionals. They will capture photos and videos for us.
They'll do a better job than we do.
Yeah. I think if we vlogged the honeymoon, it would be very like no pressure, like
just casual.
Have fun with it. Which I still feel like we probably end up vlogging it.
Yeah, we're probably gonna end up vlogging
some part of it. We'll vlog something of it.
Yeah. Are we planning on having kids, and how will that affect our travel plans?
I mean, yes, we are planning on having kids at some point, probably pretty soon, actually. And yeah, they will affect our travel plans, but how much, it's hard to say. Like you can travel while you're pregnant for a good chunk of time and then just kind of depending on how my body reacts and how I like, there's many things obviously that it's involved with pregnancy. I can't really predict how much I'll be able to travel while pregnant, but many of my other travel vlogger friends, they traveled while pregnant and they were fine, but I'm me, so who knows? And then once we have a little
Nadine running around the house, or a little Matt,
little wee ones. Yeah. I guess it just depends when we're kind of ready to. When we feel ready.
We'll have to like after we have kids, whenever that is. I guess we'll just have to kind of play it by ear and see when we're ready to start traveling.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of your questions have been answered. Everything else is very similar, and I hope you enjoyed this little insight into our relationship, because we don't really talk about it a whole lot.
On camera.
Yeah. Do it in person, but just not on camera. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye.